Are you ready? Well, I'd like to send things up then to the dais for my dear friends, Dolly Pardon Me and Bob Noxious. Take it away.
Oh, we are having a good time here tonight in Madison. Thank you so much for 15 years of support. Dolly, whoever would have thought back in the day we'd be looking at season 16.
That's right, Bob. And tonight we are here for our season opener, season 16, for the Madison Roller Derby. We are going to introduce the Vaudeville Vixens tonight for our first team. The Vaudeville Vixens will be taking on the Reservoir Dolls in this first bout. And it is my pleasure to announce for you this season's roster of the Vaudeville Vixens. Thank you all for being out here to support Roller Derby. In pink tonight, we will be seeing the Vaudeville Vixens, number 1012, Ms. Conduct. Number 1111, Cat Scratch Fever. Number 122, So Fast, So Furious. This is So Fast, So Furious rookie season. Number 1808, Hawaii KO. Number 196, Pokey Doll. Let's hear it for number 207, Slam Chowder. Number 22, Happy Go Lucky. Number 23, Saucy McBossy. Number 238, your captain, Radio Smacktive. Number 24, Shantastic McAwesome. Another one of your captains, number 3006, Bonnie Riot. In her rookie season, number 314, Smack and Cheese. Number 49 is Donna Stunner. Number 502, Lou Evil Slugher. Number 672, LaMerch Madness. Number 713 is Diaphragm. 7184 is Wolf Rammer. Number 81 is Carney Wilson. And number 888 is Bubba Luscious. The Vixens are supported on the bench by Tipsy Velvet, Dr. Crusher, Otter Mayhem, Liza Spinelli, and those skaters not skating, that's Donna Stunner and Diaphragm. Let's hear it for this year's Vaudeville Vixens!
And next up, let's introduce you to the 2020 version of the Reservoir Dolls. Number 106, she is the Mad Gabber. Number 1105 is Barrel Roller. Number 12 is T-Rex. Number 1337, Melee. Number 22, debuting for the Res Squad tonight, Mickey Barrage. Your Reservoir Dolls captain, 262, it is Nat Splat. In her rookie season, it is number 29, Damn It, Janet. Another rookie for the Reservoir Dolls, number 3,000, Future Trauma. New this year with the Reservoir Dolls, number 32, it is Dalek. Number K5, it is Miss Mechanics. Reservoir Dolls, welcome from Brew City Bruisers this year, number 614, it is Karma Suture. In her rookie season, number 7,500, it is Squish. Number 8, you know where you love her, she is Saspot. Other captain of the Reservoir Dolls, number 815, Anti-Matter. Number 833, Honey Beast. And last but not least, number 8990, Frankie Fattel. And supporting the Reservoir Dolls on the bench tonight, Rock'em Sock'em Rosie, Full Frontal Judity, Bombachu, the Mean Queen, Blockness Monster, and Lady Hoo-Ha. Your Reservoir Dolls.
Welcome to season 16, bout 1. I am Alligator.
And I'm Assassinate.
And we are here with the Madison Roller Derby, the season opener. Welcome. And if you're new or old to roller derby, we are excited that you're here.
That's right. We are watching the Vaudeville Vixens take on the Reservoir Dolls. These teams did face off twice against each other last season. The Vixen taking the lead both times.
Yeah, new season. We'll kind of get into that as we go, but both teams have picked up some new rookies this season, lost some old veterans, so it is a fresh start for season 16, and we are excited to see what this season has in store for us. The Vixens are sending out the jammer La March Madness number 672 to the jam line to start out, and the Reservoir Dolls are sending out Nat Splat.
That's right, both veteran jammers for both teams.
Yeah, and actually both Dairyland Dolls level skaters as well. So smart opening fielding of jammers. So if you are new to roller derby, we will kind of be running through some of the rules as we go. The jammers are the ones that score the points, so they are like the living ball. Then they have an initial pass, which we are watching now. When the whistle blows, we go. When the first jammer breaks the pack legally, as you see La March Madness having done, the jam ref will point their fingers at them, give them a L symbol, and they have what's called lead jammer status, meaning they can call off the jam as she just did by tapping her hips. So that gives her a strategic advantage, allows them to pick up 4 points and deny the Reservoir Dolls from scoring any points on that first bout.
Yes, that's right.
First jam.
Yes, and that's right. They both jammers have the ability to score points, but the ability to kind of decide the pace of the game, that goes to the lead jammer.
Yeah, and that's a really strategic thing. Obviously, teams want to have that. If no lead jammer is acknowledged or is earned, we have what's called a 2-minute jam, which means the jam will go to its natural 2-minute conclusion. Back on the track, Mickey Barrage is jamming for the Reservoir Dolls. Shantastic Mick Awesome already threw on her initial pass, now on her scoring pass, putting up 4 points, putting points again on the board for the Vixens. Mickey Barrage working her way through one last hit from Hoppy Go Lucky, and she is clear on her initial.
Was that an extra point there at the end? Or?
Yeah, it looks like Shan was looking to get the angle on the other blockers on the track. The jam ref is going to confer with those outside pack refs, and they're saying no points on that second pass. So Shan earned 4 points on the first pass, 0 on the second. Vaudeville Vixens 8, 2. Still Reservoir Dolls 0.
All right, lining up on the jammer line, we have Hawaii KO for the Vixens, and we have lining up in black, the Mad Gabber for the Reservoir Dolls.
And that lead is going to go to Hawaii KO. That is the first lead jam status for the Vixens of the bout. And I may have been wrong on that. Jam gets called. Looks like a quick call off.
Yeah, if you're looking to me for insight on that one, I'm afraid you're going to be disappointed. I was looking down at my paper.
As was I. Sometimes Derby is a fast game. So back to the track. We have Cat Scratch Fever for the Vaudeville Vixens, number 1111, going up against Barrel Roll Her Jammer for the Reservoir Dolls. Reservoir Dolls are down 1 blocker in the penalty box. Whistle being blown. That is going to be a track cut penalty, and that is going to be sending Barrel Roll Her, the jammer for the Reservoir Dolls, to the penalty box. So this is a power jam situation in favor of the Vaudeville Vixens.
That's right. This is a chocolate chip ice cream power jam.
And what that power jam means is that obviously the Vixens are the only team with a jammer on the track. So they're the only ones that can score points at the moment. And Kat is now through on her initial pass, so now her subsequent passes will be scoring passes. When Barrel Roll Her comes out of the chocolate shop ice cream, when she comes out of the Think Again penalty box, she will still have to complete her initial pass.
Aptly named penalty box.
Wah, wah, wah. Think again about your penalties box. So the Vixens do call that off as Barrel gets released from the penalty box. 1 point put up. So a great job by the Reservoir Dolls, keeping the pressure on and really killing the momentum of that power jam.
Right. Was that 4 jams in a row of lead jammers?
No, the Vixens had the one in the third.
Or the Res Dolls had the one in the third.
You're right. Res Dolls had the one in the third. And LaMarch Madness back out on the track jamming for the Vixens. Nat Splat, same lineup that we saw in jam number 1, and same results so far. LaMarch approaching the pack and looking for some assistance, weaving her way through, looking back and calling it off.
Looks like was Nat Splat able to pick up 1 or 2 points in that?
She sure was. She picked up all 4. So a really nice catch from Nat Splat, able to get those points and really match them. Vixens now at 13, Reservoir Dolls at 4 points with about 25 minutes left to go in the half.
All right, lining up, we're going through the rotation again. We have Shantastic McAwesome lining up in pink for the Vaudeville Vixens, and we have Mickey Barrage lining up in black for the Reservoir Dolls.
Shantastic McAwesome working up that inside line first, getting a little assistance from Wolframmer, but Mickey Barrage around the outside with a burst of speed, picking up lead jam status for the Reservoir Dolls. And Shantastic McAwesome about half a track behind Mickey in the pack, now picking up some points. We will see how many. 1 point picked up by the Reservoir Dolls, and the Vixens managing to steal 2 points of their own. So that brings our score: Vaudeville Vixens 15, Reservoir Dolls 5.
That's right. We've got Mad Gabber now lining up on the jammer line for the Reservoir Dolls, and that is Hawaii KO, I believe.
That is Hawaii KO on the Saturn 8's jammer line. They are off. Mad Gabber running against the Vixens blockers in the back. Hawaii KO breaking up front first and is picking up lead jam status for the Vixens. Mad Gabber, though, putting on the speed and closing the space between them.
We've got a jammer race.
And don't think KO called it off in time. Mad Gabber able to steal 1 point. And unfortunately, the Vixens did not pick up any. Thank you so much for watching Madison Roller Derby. We will be right back.
And we're back. We're watching season 16 opener. We were watching the Reservoir Dolls take on the Vaudeville Vixens. Lining up on the jammer line, we have Cat Scratch Fever and Barrel Roller. Cat Scratch Fever for the Vixens in pink, Barrel Roller in black for the Reservoir Dolls.
And Beryl following Cat Scratch's path along that outside, able to use her own blockers to clear the way. Lead jammer going to Barrel Roller of the Reservoir Dolls. They do lose a blocker, Sasspot, to the Think Again penalty box. Someone else, their pivot, also going to be going out. Unfortunately, now a back block being assessed to Barrel Roll here. So Beryl, as the jammer for the Reservoir Dolls, is going to go to the Think Again penalty box, is also going to lose lead jammer status, so that gives us a 2-minute jam.
2-minute jam. It's going to go whole 2 minutes.
Whole 2 minutes. So Beryl had lead jam status, but unfortunately, if you commit a penalty, you lose it. Wah, wah. Which means that we just got to go the full 2 minutes.
That's right. That lead jammer status does not get handed down.
No. Unfortunately, you got to keep it to earn it. And it looks like a whistle being blown, and now it is a back block is being assessed to Cat Scratch Fever. So a twist of the fates. Cat headed to the Think Again penalty box. Barrel Roll her, having already served her 30 seconds, returning to the track. And we have under a minute left, but over 30 seconds. So don't worry, Cat Scratch will be out by the end of this jam. So Beryl able to put on a 4-point pass because she had already completed her initial pass previously. Coming around, getting some offensive help. Really nice work. One last hit at the end. That is going to be radioactive, unfortunately picking up a penalty, sending her to the Think Again penalty box.
And Cat Scratch Fever is back out on the track.
Yeah. And a forearm is going to send out Sasspot to the Think Again penalty box as Barrel Roll her making another scoring pass. That is bringing the jam score up to 12 points for the Reservoir Dolls. Vaudeville Vixen picking up 8 on that jam.
Huge jam for the Res Dolls. They needed that jam, and they needed that jam. Closing the gap.
They needed the points. They probably didn't really want the 2-minute jam, but what you're going to get sometimes. So everyone will have a little bit of time to take a deep breath and reset for this next one. Nat Splat on the line for the Reservoir Dolls, and that is La March Madness for the Vixens in the pink. Only 2 blockers on the track for the Vixens. La March working a little bit as a blocker assistant. Nat Splat, though, breaking the pack first, picking up lead jam status for the Reservoir Dolls. And Nat yelling to her pack, looking for a little communication and calling it off before La March is able to pick up any points. So a 4-0 jam in favor of the Reservoir Dolls, only a 1-point game now.
Yes, we've got a 1-point game. And you were talking about the Dairyland Dolls. Let's talk about our Utter Chaos 2019, or 2020, I should say.
Oh my gosh.
Mark your calendars, roller derby fans. Utter Chaos is back April 17th, 18th, and 19th at the Hartmeyer Ice Arena. Come watch your Dairyland Dolls All-Stars face off against opponents from across the country in a weekend of hard-hitting action. Tickets on sale soon. Follow Madison Roller Derby on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, or find us on the web at madisonrollerderby.org for more info.
Back to the action on the track. Mickey Barrage jamming for the Reservoir Dolls, and Shantastic McAwesome jamming for the Vixens. Shan already out on her initial pass, now coming around on a scoring pass, making her way through with the assistance of some offensive help. But Mickey Barrage back in the scoring path, picking up 4 points for the Reservoir Dolls. Shantastic McAwesome calling off the jam, and unfortunately going to stop with a 4-4 jam. That brings our score to Vaudeville Vixens 27, Reservoir Dolls 26.
Looks like we're in for a close game here, Allie.
They're always more fun that way.
Both of these teams faced off, like I mentioned at the top, last season. They faced off at the season opener last season. It was a 4-point game, that first game. So that was a close one as well. The second one, not so much.
Yeah, back to the action on the track. Hawaii KO picking up lead jam status for the Vixens. She has a great record so far in this game, working on the outside and a quick shift to the in. She is through for 4 points. Before, we'll see, did Mad Gabber enter and able to pick up any points? It doesn't look like it, no. So Vixens 31, Res Dolls 26.
That's right, lining up for jam number 11, I believe. This is Cat Scratch Fever in pink against Barrel Roller in black.
And Vixens look like they are on a 4-jammer rotation at the moment, while the Reservoir Dolls working with 3 for the time being. Karma Suture working as a pivot up front, assisting Barrel. Barrel through as lead jammer for Reservoir Dolls. Destruction, unfortunately, going to Karma Suture, the pivot for the Reservoir Dolls. And Cat almost out of the pack as Barrel is working against the defense in the back with the Vixens.
Cat is out of the pack, but not lead jammer.
Big hit by Hoppy Go Lucky on turn 2 of Barrel Roller, bringing her back as Cat comes into the pack, picking up, it looks like, all 4 points, because there's a thing called, ghost points.
Ghost points, the spooky.
The spookiest points. You don't see them on the track. If they're short on the track, it means they're in the penalty box. And when the jammer passes the first opposing blocker, they get any of those ghost points that are floating around between the penalty box and the track.
Ghost!
Back on the track, Nat Splat doing a little bit of lateral play there with La March Madness. March with a quick, easy shift to the inside line, picking up lead jam status for the Vaudeville Vixens. As the Res Dolls started, it looks like with only 1 blocker on the track, as their penalty box was full. And looks like Vaudeville Vixens are letting it run, kind of roll the dice, and they only have 2 blockers to work against, so they might as well put up the points while they can.
All right, and you've been watching Madison Roller Derby. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Madison Roller Derby season opener, bout 1 of season 16. I am Allie Gator.
I'm Assassinate.
And we are in the middle of bout 1 here, the Vaudeville Vixens versus the Reservoir Dolls. 16 minutes left on the clock. Vixens sitting at 42, Reservoir Dolls at 33. Mickey Barrage on the line for the Reservoir Dolls. And Shantastic McAwesome for the Vaudeville Vixens. Shantastic McAwesome picking up a penalty, though, so this is going to be a power jam in favor of the Reservoir Dolls and Mickey Barrage.
It's like an attempted apex jump, not landed. Cycled to the back of the pack.
Mickey working her way with some offensive help, but Vixen's able to coalesce back at the front to hold her up a bit. Nice hit by Wolframmer with the recycle back. Dalek going up to give some offensive help. Whistle being blown. That is going to be Dalek picking up a penalty of some sort. Shantastic McAwesome back on the track. This is her initial pass that she had just completed. Mickey Barrage back in the pack, working on an additional scoring pass. 4 more points for the Reservoir Dolls.
We may be witnessing a lead change.
Well, Shantastic McAwesome doing some jammer defense with the recycle roll back on Mickey Barrage. Shan, we're going to play that game. Mickey's like, nah, I'd rather not. I think I'll just wait here. You don't have to move back. You don't have to do it. It's just how it goes. Roller derby.
I like it.
So one of the rules of roller derby is that if you get knocked out by someone, you have to re-enter behind them. That applies to the people on in the pack. That also applies to both jammers. So as you just saw, if a jammer hits another jammer out, they have the whole track to work with because they don't have to mess around with pack definitions and engagement zones. Ooh. if you want to look at some rules, you can go to WFTDA.com. Look up some rules if you want to learn more about roller derby rules and strategy.
Rules and strategy. These are fun things.
They are. Back to the track. Hawaii KO is jamming for the Vaudeville Vixens in pink. Mad Gabber in the black and white for the Reservoir Dolls. Reservoir Dolls picking up lead jam status. We have a back block going to Hawaii KO on the side of the Vixens. So that is going to be a chocolate shop ice cream power jam in favor of the Reservoir Dolls. And the Reservoir Dolls pick up, looks like 4 points, and then calling it off. Doesn't look like Mad Gabber was able to notice that they had a power jam, so she did call it off, but that sets up Barrel Roller for a great power jam to start on.
That's right. If one of the jammers is in the penalty box when the jam ends, they will start there.
Yep. That penalty carries over. It's a lovely gift to be able to give your pack or the next jammer of, hello, here's a power jam. May I bequeath it to you, the next pack.
You're welcome.
Barrel Roller, the only jammer on the track, working her way through, just smashing her way through blockers as the Vixens try to bridge out that engagement zone. Barrel Roller picking up lead jam status for the Reservoir Dolls. So as we said, the other jammer, Hawaii KO for the Vixens, is going to be starting in the penalty box as she exits. This will be a new jam, so she will still have to complete her initial pass, as she is doing right now, and then be able to score on subsequent passes.
Some fancy footwork there by Hawaii KO.
And Barrel Roller looking to her bench and what we call the third base coach, hearing the instructions to call it off, and does so. And with that, we have a lead change. Vaudeville Vixens 46, Reservoir Dolls 48, with just over 11 minutes. And here again, we see that initial pass Hawaii KO made out of the penalty box, really sneakily spinning up that inside line and making quick work of that initial pass. We have Cat Scratch Fever on the line for the Vixens. And going against Nat Splat, captain for the Reservoir Dolls. Nat with that open outside lane, puts on a little bit of speed and picks up lead jam status for the Reservoir Dolls. Low block is going to send out number 8. That is going to be 81, Carney Wilson, to the penalty box, the Think Again penalty box.
This is a different Reservoir Dolls than we saw last season.
Oh, very much so, yeah. I think, every season has its own fun challenges, and I think every season has the new opportunity and a very, very different team that we are seeing here today than last year, yes. Nat with the try on the outside, but aware that her wheel went out a little bit, doesn't want to risk getting at track cut, so with the smart recycle all the way back. And Nat through with an additional 4 points. That is now 12 on the jam as they continue to go around. Cat Scratch Fever still working on a scoring pass of her second. Really nice defensive work by Miss Mechanics, Melee, and Dalek on the track.
Nat Splat heading to the penalty box.
And that looks like that is going to be a track cut penalty. So as we had that power jam before, now switch of fates. So now Cat Scratch Fever is the beneficiary of this power jam, but not in control of it, as Nat had that power to call off the jam, thus lost.
Now this jam is close to the ending. This will start. The next start, it'll be a power start.
Yeah, so the Vixens will start on that power start, and a nice way to end. So Cat Scratch Fever was able to pick up 8 points on that jam, 13 for the Reservoir Dolls before Nat went to the penalty box. Looks like she had one more in her pocket as she went there. So the Vixens are going to field La March Madness as their jammer. The Reservoir Dolls are down one blocker in the penalty box as well as their jammer. Vixen sending up a little bit of offensive help in the form of the pivot Bonnie Riot, springing La March Madness free. And Nat Splat quickly out of the penalty box, almost getting through there, but running into misconduct.
Nat Splat holding her helmet cover in her hand.
Sneaky, sneaky. And now with a pass to Dalek. So Dalek, the pivot, now the jammer for the for the Reservoir Dolls.
That's right. That's an Ian's Pizza star pass.
So whistles are being blown. The jam comes to an end. After that, we have another lead change. The Vaudeville Vixens 62, Reservoir Dolls 61, with just over 8 minutes left to go. Thank you so much for watching Madison Roller Derby. We will be right back.
Hello, and we're back. We're watching Madison Roller Derby. I'm Assassinate.
And I'm Allie Gator. We are nearing the end of the first half of Bout 1 of Season 16. The Vaudeville Vixens in the pink going up against the Reservoir Dolls in the black. Mickey Barrage jamming for the Reservoir Dolls, earning lead jam status. And as their jammer, Shantastic McAwesome for the Vaudeville Vixens, about half a lap behind. Mickey approaching on her scoring pass, able to slice through, and with the help of B at the front, picks up all 4 points and denying the Vixens.
No game is complete without our United Derby officials 608. This crew of highly trained officials works with MRD teams to keep gameplay safe and fair. Get in on the action by joining United Derby official 608, either as a skating referee or a non-skating official. For more information, email officials@madisonrollerderby.org.
Back to the track, we have Hawaii KO in the pink for the Vaudeville Vixens, Mad Gabber for the Reservoir Dolls. Both trying the outside lane and looking maybe to switch to the in. KO almost clear, and we have a whistle being blown. That is going to be a penalty going to Ms. Mechanics. Skater for the Reservoir Dolls, going to send them to the Think Again penalty box. Big hit at the front of the pack. Slam Chowda on the Mad Gabber. 3 points put up for both teams on that last jam. And that is going to be a bear and bottle timeout. This official review, it looks like, is being called by the Vixens.
You know why this production looks so good? Because it's thanks to Hinckley Productions.
Thank you, Hinckley.
Thank you to our sponsor, Hinckley Productions. Need quality commercial video, dependable live streaming? Don't get your helmet covers in a bunch. Call Hinckley Productions. Rolling with MRD since 2008, their award-winning services will help your business be victorious.
Thank you again, Hinckley, always keeping us rolling and keeping us on track. If you just saw those penalties overlaid on the screen, we can take another peek at those. We see that there's a couple folks sitting at 3 penalties. We got Radio Smacktive for the Vixens, and we have Ms. Mechanics for the Reservoir Dolls. Everyone else sitting pretty good, I would say, especially with how close we are to the end of the first half. No one in a ton of penalty trouble, and honestly, their jammers have not been running into that much penalty trouble, knock on wood, for this first half. They've been honestly pretty clean from both sides.
That's right. If you their season opener last season, the Vixens had 30 penalties in that one.
That's a lot.
And the Res Dolls had 42 penalties in
That's
that
also a
season
lot.
opener. So it's a different bout here.
Yeah. It's always interesting the first season of the bout, too, to see what kind of rules changes have come down through the pipeline, what kind of strategy changes people are using. It's a fun test to see how the rest of the season is going to go.
One rule change, you can now punch each other in the face.
Not true, in fact, not true. We'll see, though, for next year.
Okay.
Cat Scratch Fever skating for the Vaudeville Vixens. And it looks like a multiplayer block going to send someone out to that Think Again penalty box. Both jammers recycled to the back, barrel roll her for the Reservoir Dolls. Big hit at the front as the officials are saying no pack, you cannot make contact, which is going to send future trauma to that Think Again penalty box. As we were just talking about all those penalties, of course, we needed to use our announcer curse power to hand out some more. star pass on the side of the Reservoir Dolls to their pivot Dalek, and Cat Scratch Fever calls it off and says, no thank you.
Yeah, no thanks. I don't want you to get any more points.
No.
That was Ian's Pizza Star pass.
Yes, and that is also a lead change. Vaudeville Vixens 69, nice, and the Reservoir Dolls at 68. And that brings us to the next jam. We have Nat Splat and La March Madness on the Saturn's 8 jammer line. And both packs down blockers in that Think Again penalty box. La March Madness with that quick fake to the outside, clear with a push. And Nat Splat working against Misconduct, and Pokey Doll in the front unfortunately does pick up a track cut penalty on Pokey. So Nat Splat will head to the Think Again penalty box. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like the Vixens knew they had that power jam. So they called it off. And they'll just reset for this next one. So
yeah, that's fine. It'll be a power start.
Yeah, a gift to you, Shantastic McAwesome. The gift of a power start.
Tertiop's Truncated Studios, it's a local Derby-owned independent game design team bringing you fun games and fun gifts for the gamers in your life. Watch out for their upcoming Rack 'em Up space opera, The Day We Fought Space, coming soon to a mobile device near you.
Oh, and almost clear on that inside line. Shantastic McAwesome tries to leap around Karma Sutra, but Such getting that hit on the inside. Bunch of people going down on the out. Looks like Bub is going to go to the Think Again penalty box for some sort of contact there, and unfortunately Such also going to be going to the Think Again penalty box. Shantastic McAwesome coming around on her scoring pass, looking for that offense and getting it with that quick 4 points. Nat Splat now out of the penalty box on her initial pass. So again, not scoring yet, but will on her next pass. And Shantastic McAwesome entering the pack from the back there and looking to her bench, calling it off, picking up an additional 3 points. So a 7-point jam 2-0 for the Reservoir Dolls. That's going to bring the score. Vaudeville Vixens 80, Reservoir Dolls 68.
That's right. We've got Hawaii KO lining up for the Vixens in pink. We've got Mickey Barrage.
Mickey Barrage transferred to the Reservoir Dolls from the Quad Squad. Reservoir Dolls were the beneficiaries of a couple great transfers this season, Mickey Barrage and Dalek from the Vixens. Hawaii KO, though, picking up lead jam status for the Vixens with Mickey about half a lap behind her. Big hit by Such on the inside line there on KO. Mickey Barrage able to sneak through and pick up all 4 points for the Reservoir Dolls.
All right, we've got Mad Gabber lining up in black for the Reservoir Dolls. Cat Scratch Fever lining up in pink for the Vaudeville Vixens.
And it looks like both teams are at, knock on wood, full strength for the time being. Mad Gabber with a push to the inside, but then seeing that outside lane open, picking up lead jam status for the Reservoir Dolls. Cat still working her way, and against that defense of Dalek, Mad Gabber entering fast and taking the quickest route, which is the apex. And Gabber entering quietly and working through her offense there. Frankie Fatale on the outside. Star pass has been completed on the side of the Vixens to their pivot Radio Smacktive, thank you. And Radio Smacktive with a big hit from Dalek to the inside. Mad Gabber on another scoring pass. This is going to be her 4th. Ooh, big hit there on Pokey Doll, and it looks like, yeah, that is going to be a back block. So unfortunately, a back block picked up by Mad Gabber on that last pass through the pack. So now a power jam for the remainder of this. That is going to be a Chocolate Shop Ice Cream Power Jam in favor of the Vaudeville Vixens.
That's right. This jam will go the full 2 minutes.
And Radio Smacktive again was the pivot, now jammer. So one of the magical things about roller derby is that sometimes if you don't want to be the jammer anymore, you can just hand that jammer star to the pivot, and then they have to be the jammer. They can't give it back. That's a fun trick.
Yeah, the pivot being the skater with the stripe.
So Radio Smacktive with one last hit there. Frankie Fatale quick to the inside. Nice contact and nice defensive work. And Dalek with another last hit on the outside there, working on Radio Smacktive. That 2-minute jam comes to its natural conclusion, and that is going to bring us into halftime with one last lead change for the first half. Our score leading into the half is Vixens 91, Reservoir Dolls 92.
That's right, both teams fielding 4 jammers. Going, what do you think they will be discussing at the half? I don't know.
You know, it's a really close game. So I think it really is consistency, and it is, you know, keeping your cool, staying out of the penalty box. I mean, that's always, the penalties are always kind of that hidden game of roller derby to see how it all goes. But, you know, if you can keep your cool, you can keep the power jams down and take advantage of them, I think either of these teams can take it away. So that'll bring us to the half, as we said. We will see you back here for the second half. I am Allie Gator.
And I'm Assassinate.
And we will see you later.
My name is Natalie Hinckley, owner of Hinckley Productions. I've been doing video since I was a kid. Now I've built this video production company, and for the past 10 years, I get to do what I love every single day. We partner with clients to tell their stories, shooting and editing videos for many brand names that you'd recognize and local businesses alike. In short, video spots used online, through social media, and broadcast. The live production division of the business utilizes multi-camera switching, projection, and live streaming. We have 2 studio locations, one in Madison, the other one in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Here we meet with clients, we edit all of our videos, and we also house our production equipment. Now, most of our shoots are done on location. We can shoot here or access larger facilities as needed. We have a number of different cameras to work with depending on your job requirements. Everything from a simple GoPro to a high frame rate 4K camera. When you see our van rolling through town, you'll know that we've got all the right tools to get the job done. Hinckley Productions is built upon authenticity, diversity, reliability, and quality. We hope to work with you on your next project.
Madison Roller Derby is a community of strong, independent, amazing people that are not only athletes but also committed volunteers and staff, recreational skaters, competitive interleague skaters, and we have been part of this league and part of this community for now going on 15 years.
It's fun, it's entertaining, it's something that we are really proud to be a part of. I think within that, the love and empowerment that comes from playing this sport is this responsibility to give back to our community and support the growth and success of Madison, which encompasses Madison Roller Derby.
I grew up playing a lot of sports, but never really felt like I entirely belonged or fit in or could be myself, and Derby felt like a place that combined all of the things that I loved socially, being able to be openly queer and kind of punk rock, but also a serious athlete.
There's just an incredible range of personalities, people from different backgrounds, different careers. There's so many connections here with roller derby.
It's just been something where I've been challenged in every single aspect of my life, and it always comes back to derby teaching me a lesson, teaching me that I can be better.
Every year we get a new crew in, and every year you get to see them experience roller derby, help them learn how to be leaders.
I love that community outreach has always been part of MRD's mission and vision from the beginning, because I think our founders and even now we recognize that we don't exist in a vacuum, and every one of us comes from different parts of the community.
We're a part of Madison, and we live here. We are parents, we are neighbors, we're students. It's important that we recognize that and make sure that we are giving back as much as we are getting from the community that surrounds us.
Over the past 15 years, we've donated over $80,000 to nonprofits and have spent thousands of hours working in Madison communities and other Wisconsin nonprofits in the area.
We're building an army of amazing people that want to do more for the community, and every year we grow. We're trying to grow along with Madison in a positive way.
Right now, Madison Roller Derby really needs your help to continue rolling forward. Our mission is very important to us, and we hope to continue that long into the future. But right now, we need a new home for both our growth and our current membership.
Having a building of our own means we can create a much better fan experience because we hope to not only have our practices there, but hopefully also host games. We can host more games, different kinds of games. We can bring in more community partners. We can even bring in other community organizations that fit our mission and the space that we have and provide that as a community resource.
If we lost roller derby as an organization and a sport and an opportunity for women, that would be a huge detriment.
We need to raise $500,000, and I know that sounds like a lot of money, but with your help and the community's help, I think that we can get it done. You can become a sustaining member, you can share this video, you can make a larger sum donation. We support all of those options.
We want to continue to grow our mission of being this empowering, inclusive space for people of all identities and backgrounds. So we are now turning to the community and asking humbly for your financial support to help make this thing happen.
All right, now our skaters.
Welcome back to season 16 of Madison Roller Derby. This is bout number 1. My name is Allie Gator.
My name is Assassinate.
And you are joining us for now the second half of the very first bout of the season. We've already gotten, well, hopefully you watched the first half, but we are about to watch the second half of the Reservoir Dolls versus the Vaudeville Vixens. The first half brought us a lot of hard-hitting action, and we have a 1-point game going into the second half.
That's right. It's been a very close game. There had been 3 lead changes. So, like you said, it's a 1-point game. This could go in any direction.
Yeah. Taking a peek at the penalties, we've had some penalties picked up from both sides by the Jammers. You can see that overlay. The Vaudeville Vixens, one of their Jammers, Cat Scratch Fever, sitting on 1. Hawaii KO is sitting on 1, and Shantastic McAwesome has also picked up 1. La March Madness currently skating clean for this first half as well. If we look over to the Reservoir Dolls side, Mad Gabber has also picked up 1 penalty. Barrel Roller has 2. Mickey Barrage has 0. And Nat Splat has 2 as well. So it'll be interesting to see how the Jammers fare in this second half, if they make any changes to their lineups. And again, just kind of see how the longevity and the perseverance of both these teams lasts in the second half.
That's right. Very strong opening half. We'll see what happens now. Let's talk about Delta Beer Lab. Crafting beer, crafting change. They're just a hop, skip, and jump over the Beltline by the Innovation Campus near Exact Sciences.
I went over there the other day. Delicious.
Really?
Delicious.
I should have to check it out.
Yeah, it's a really nice space. So we are getting the track is being cleaned as we speak by our volunteers. Big shout out to all of our volunteers and officials here. They come in many forms, in the form of track crew, in the form of people that take tickets, our EMTs and other safety staff. So a huge shout out to all of them, to their time and effort to allow all of us to do this thing that we do love.
It's a very cool kind of DIY thing that roller derby is, because everyone's doing this. They're all doing it for free. And they're doing it because they love the sport.
Yeah.
And that's fantastic.
It's an easy sport to love. So it's like we just have a little bit more time here. But, we can look at that scoreboard and we can see that last bout before the half ended there, the Reservoir Dolls going on a huge scoring spree, putting up 20 points to the Vixens 8. So that's a lot of momentum to be taking into the half and into the second half. So we shall see what happens. And already some fun changes on the lines. La March Madness for the Vixens, and first time to the jam line for the Reservoir Dolls is going to be Dalek.
That's right, Dalek, wearing the pivot helmet cover for most of the first half.
Yep. But as we know that a good pivot oftentimes makes a good jammer, because sometimes they just have to be. And if you have the depth in your roster, you might as well.
And Dalek being a transfer from the Vixens.
Yeah,
so
and
Dalek is facing against her former teammates.
Yeah, and Dalek threw on her initial, but La March Madness picking up lead jam for the Vixens and making her way through the pack first, picking up 4 points, and that is going to have a lead change.
Lead change. I must miss the cue.
Hey, wait.
Lead change.
So the Vixens now at 95, Reservoir Dolls 92.
PBR, Pabst Blue Ribbon proudly sponsors Madison Roller Derby, so PBR yourself ASAP at a nearby concession store for you, those of you at home. Hopefully your fridge is stocked. What'll you have? Pabst Blue Ribbon.
PBR me ASAP, please. So back to the jam line, we have Mad Gabber on the line for the Reservoir Dolls and Shantastic McAwesome for the Vaudeville Vixens. Mad Gabber, big hit up front on Bonnie Riot, working against that defense. Whistle being blown, that is going to be a cut, sending out Carney Wilson to the Think Again penalty box as Mad Gabber is out and approaching on her scoring pass. One last big hit over Bonnie Riot and a jump over Smack and Cheese. Mad Gabber threw for a first scoring pass of 4 points. Star pass has been handed off on the side of the Vixens to their pivot, who is Bonnie Riot. The most exciting, a star pass.
That'd be an Eden's Pizza star pass.
And Bonnie Riot now back in the pack, working on a scoring pass. Whistles being blown. We'll see what happens. It looks like a direction of gameplay is going to send someone to that Think Again penalty box to think again about their life choices. One big last hit from Mickey Barrage, unfortunately out of the engagement zone, is going to send her to the Think Again penalty box at the end of that jam. So after all the points and dust settles, Vixens sitting at 99, Reservoir Dolls sitting at 99, we have a tie game. If you're playing a game at home, I'd suggest this would be a great time to drink.
Yeah.
And a great time for a commercial break. We will see you right back. Thank you so much for joining us. Madison Roller Derby Season 16, Bout 1. Back to the action. We have Nat Splat on the track, picking up lead jam status for the Reservoir Dolls, skating against Hawaii KO for the Vaudeville Vixens.
Nat Splat, of course, being a lead jammer. Hawaii KO still working their way through the pack.
Really nice run back by barrel roll her as Nat Splat threw on her first scoring pass of 4 points and coming around for another scoring pass. Nat with a push of her own teammates, trying to call it off before Hawaii is able to enter, but KO entering, picking up all 4 points for the Vixens. Wah, wah, wah. But we do now have a different score. It's 103 Vaudeville Vixens to the Reservoir Dolls 106.
And the Reservoir Dolls are shaking things up a bit, throwing out Damn It Janet on the jammer line.
First time jamming in this bout.
And not to be showed up, we have Radio Smacktive starting for the Vixens.
Had such a fun time with that star pass, decided, I'll just do it for real.
Yeah, why don't I just start with the helmet?
But then maybe rethink it, because Dio unfortunately just picked up a track cut, so she's going to spend some time in the Think Again penalty box, making this an chocolate shop ice cream power jam in favor of the Reservoir Dolls.
Chocolate chop ice cream.
And damn it, Janet, fantastic footwork, just driving her way up that inside line, getting the call from her bench to keep it up and keep it up. One hit on the outside there is going to recycle her to turn 3. But damn
and what's that I see? Radio Smacktive.
Radio Smacktive back out on her initial pass as Damn It Janet comes around for an additional scoring pass. and pretty much untouched except by the end there. Damn it, Janet, now 12 points on the jam. Radioactive out on her initial. One last pass here from Damn it, Janet, as she is just doing laps at this point.
This is Damn it, Janet's rookie season, so this is her first jam.
Not a bad one to start
No,
on.
not a bad one at all. Damn it, Janet having 100% career lead jammer status.
No one can ever take that away from her.
Nope.
Penalty being assessed to Wolframmer, sending her the pivot for the Vixens to the Think Again penalty box, as well as Mechanics. Damn it, Janet completing one more scoring pass. That is a big 24-point jam in favor of the Reservoir Dolls to the Vixens 4. That is the high-scoring jam of the game. Great, great work by Damn it, Janet and the Reservoir Dolls on that last jam, the pack work and the jamming as well. Back on the track, we have Dalek wearing the star in the black and white for the Reservoir Dolls and La March Madness in the pink for the Vixens. Vixen starting down, couple blockers, and allowing Dalek to get out first, but La March Madness only about 10 feet behind Dalek and closing that speed real fast.
I don't think Dalek knows how close.
I think she probably did.
Okay.
You'd be surprised what Dalek knows sometimes.
There,
Beep, boop, beep, boop. It's hard to know.
exterminate.
Yeah, you know what, though? They have cameras all sides. But nice work, a 0-0 jam, protecting those points. Reservoir Dolls still ahead, 130 to Vaudeville Vixens, 107.
And that is Mad Gabber and...
Back on the track, we have Shantastic McAwesome with the start for the Vixens, going against the Mad Gabber. As you said, Mad Gabber picking up lead jam status. And unfortunately, picking up a track cut at the front there, making her to go to the Think Again penalty box. Whistles being blown. We will see who leaves the track. Not quite sure what's up. A back block is going to get given to someone. Mad Gabber is working her way through.
Shantastic is in the penalty box.
Yep, Shantastic. So this is a power jam in favor of the Reservoir Dolls. And it looks like Smack and Cheese also getting a blocking out of bounds or blocking out of play penalty. So the Vixens are down to only 3 skaters on the track, as Mad Gabber is now on her 3rd scoring pass. Nice offensive setup there by Mechanics. A huge apex jump by Mad Gabber. Really beautiful work staying on her wheels there. And now Shantastic McAwesome back on the track after exiting the penalty box and getting driven to the inside by Mechanics and Mickey Barrage, Antimatter, and Future Trauma. No pack, though, being called on the track, so they gotta let her go. And Mad Gabber tussling with the Vaudeville Vixens in the back, and now in the front of the pack. She calls it off, bringing that jam to an end. 14 points put up for the Reservoir Dolls. Again, a 0 jam for the Vaudeville Vixens. In these last few jams, the Reservoir Dolls able to put up almost 40 points. A 24-point jam, a 14-point jam. So really starting to put a little distance in between the teams.
And I don't know if it's they're bringing out brand new jammers for the second half.
Yeah, and we can peek at that replay of Mad Gabber, that beautiful apex jump. Just so aware of the line work there, getting through. Back on the track, Hawaii KO jamming for the Vaudeville Vixens, going against number 262, Nat Splat for the Reservoir Dolls. Nat Splat picking up picking up lead jam status, and unfortunately KO picking up a track cut penalty. So this is going to be a chocolate shop ice cream power jam in favor of the Reservoir Dolls as they keep this momentum going. So Nat Splat coming around for a third scoring pass now as the Reservoir Dolls set up for an offensive push. They're just trying to isolate and separate the Vixens, which is a great strategy. Nat trying that apex jump on the inside, but knocked out. Jammers do have the opportunity to take back a cut, essentially like if they try to jump and make a cut so that they are not in an unsafe position. They are offered that opportunity to reset if it is the first motion that they do. So that jam comes to an end.
Another big jam for the Res Dolls, 19 points. Think Again training collaborates closely to bring a wide range of perspectives, skills, and knowledge to our work. When assigning a facilitation team, we consider not only the facilitator's expertise, but also their lived experiences, training styles, personalities, and co-facilitation relationship. Find us on the web at thinkagaintraining.com.
We do have a timeout being called on the side of the Vixens. This timeout is brought to you by Bear and Bottle.
Bear and Bottle, this is the Bear and Bottle timeout.
It is.
Bear and Bottle is offering locally sourced pub food, innovative artisan cocktails, fine wines, and craft brewed beer. Bear and Bottle fuses West Coast freshness and flavor with Wisconsin tavern friendliness. Stop in for lunch, happy hour, dinner, or cocktails with friends, family, or coworkers today. Bear and Bottle is located at 601 North Sherman Avenue.
Yeah, we do love Bear and Bottle. We've had after parties there in the past, and the wonderful sponsor. Check them out. They do a good brunch as well.
Ooh, I should check them. Tomorrow's Sunday. I'm going to go there.
It is. It is. Sunday fun day, brunch day. So as this timeout comes to an end, looks like we're going to get ready to start back. As you made that observation of the Reservoir Dolls are bringing some new jammers in on this second half, and I do think that is contributing to some of their depth and energy. That's, a nice opportunity or a nice position to be in when you have a luxury of a deep jammer pool. Vixens have started rotating in Radio Smacktive on this second half. But the Reservoir Dolls have a little bit more to work with in terms of jammer pool right now.
And damn it, Janet continuing her 100% lead jammer career stat.
And DJ through for her first scoring pass as Dio had worked her way up that outside line. Radio smacked a big hit to the inside there. And damn it, Janet, a huge hit on number 502. That is Louisville Slugger. And Dio up the inside line, pushing Melee out of the way and picking up 4 points for the Vixens as Dammit Janet has completed her second scoring pass for now 8 on the jam for the Vixens. Dio now back in the pack along with Dammit Janet, both working against those defensive lines, but Melee offering some offensive assistance until she drops back.
Another 4 points for Dammit Janet.
A great season opener for that rookie.
That's right.
And I'll tell you, DJ having a nice rookie debut.
Yeah, ooh.
Coming out very strong.
It's like Dammit Janet calling off the jam.
Yeah, looks like a penalty getting called. Looks like on someone. Yep, that is going to send Ducky to the Think Again penalty box. A little bit of a forearm and a hard fall. Looks like everyone, though, is looking okay.
Chocolate Chop ice cream is the best ice cream made in Wisconsin, and it tastes so good because it has gobs of rich Wisconsin cream, tons of real ingredients for boatloads of luscious flavors. That means it's not low fat, low calorie, or low anything, and that's why everyone loves it. You want nutrition? Eat carrots.
No, not even carrot flavored ice cream. Chocolate Shop, so good. Back on the track, Dalek Doll has removed the star as the jammer for the Reservoir Dolls. La March Madness jammer for the Vixens, already out on her initial, now completing her first scoring pass, picking up 4 points and closing the distance on Dalek. As the Vixens do have points that they need to make up, they do need to start running some of these jams to pick up some of that, make up some of that space.
This has really been the Res Dolls second half. so
It
far.
really has. They really came out hard on that from the first half and from the half. And that run of like 3 or 4 jams where they just piled on the points is going to be a lot of momentum to come back from. And we will see how they do that after this break.
Hello, welcome back. You're watching Madison Roller Derby. I'm Assassinate.
And I'm Alligator. We are here for the remainder of the second half. The Vaudeville Vixens taking on the Reservoir Dolls for the first bout of season 16. Mad Gabber picking up lead status for the Reservoir Dolls in the black and the white as Hawaii KO working up against Karma Suture in the on the inside there. Mad Gabber now working against that 3-wall of Vixens up front. And Mad Gabber breaking the pack as it kind of coalesces around her. She is now through for an additional 4 points as Hawaii KO looks like going to make a little bit of contact as Mad Gabber re-enters the pack there. Hawaii KO still working against that hard defense of Such and Sassbot, but Such, again, that transfer from Brew City Bruisers, doing a fantastic job and just holding up Hawaii KO. Mad Gabber, the quick inside to outside cut on that last pass now. That is going to be 16 on the pass, correct? Or maybe 3. Sorry. 3 passes or 4. Haven't quite figured it out. Points are hard sometimes.
Yes. You noticed I didn't chime in because I didn't know either.
We'll just we'll take one moment. We'll see how those points all shake and settle out. And there we go. That score brings us to Vaudeville Vixens 122, Reservoir Dolls 196.
That's right. Evolution Financial. Whether you're just starting out in life, going through one of the many transitions life brings us, or you're simply ready to hand things off to someone else for a while, Evolution Financial wants to hear your stories and your goals and dreams. Evolution Financial wants to help you adapt and handle the financial details. Learn more at evolutionfinplan.com.
And back on the track, Nat Splat picking up a real quick lead jam status. Ooh, huge slam of Nat Splat on Cat Scratch Fever, and it looks like Cat is going to pick up a low block, unfortunately, for that contact. When you fall, you got to fall small.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, sometimes if you fall in front of someone, you're just going to get a penalty. But Nat Splat making the rounds already, 2 passes on the track. A star pass has been completed. That Ian's Pizza star pass has been handed off to the pivot. Now jammer, that is Bubba Lush on the side of the Vaudeville Vixens. And Bub entering the pack fast, picking up 2 more points for the Vixens. Vixens 128, Reservoir Dolls 207.
Thank you to Fast Forward Skate Center, Madison's #1 roller skating rink. Join them all year round for open roller skating, birthday parties, and private parties. A full concession stand and arcade is available. And don't forget, Fast Forward Skate Center is the official practice facility of Madison Roller Derby.
Damn it, Janet, back on the Saturn 8 jam line for the Reservoir Dolls. Let's see if she can keep that amazing percentage clear. And unfortunately, she doesn't, but she is out of the pack. And Mickey Braj going out for a forearm penalty to the Think Again penalty box. Damn it, Janet picking up speed and some big contact in the back. Not sure if someone's going to get a penalty for that because the refs did have their hands up as a no pack signal. The March Madness with a step and a jump through the pack. That is 2 passes already for LaMarche, and now a 3rd for the Vixens as they again start to try to make up some of that distance in points. They have almost 10 minutes left, so it can be done.
Oh, it can be done, and we've seen it happen, but...
Oh, and unfortunately, Mickey Barrage is going to get sent back to the Think Again penalty box for an illegal re-entry. Damn it, Janet making the passes and the laps behind LaMarche. And LaMarche leaving the defense up to her pack. LaMarche, really nice work and coordination with her pack on the track. We will see. Is a huge jam so far for the Vixens, and I think they're probably going to try to run it as long as they can while they continue picking up points, and the opposing pack is down numbers.
This is a huge jam for the Vixens. I think that previous record of 24 points has been met for this bout.
It is true.
So we'll see by how many.
So LaMarche calling off the jam. We'll see if any last points were picked up on that pass. But as you said, the high-scoring jam for the game, a 28-point jam for LaMarche Madness, answered with 11 points for Dammit Janet and the Reservoir Dolls. A timeout has been called on the side of the Reservoir Dolls. This Bear and Bottle timeout is brought to you by Bear and Bottle.
Brought to you by Bear and Bottle, offering locally sourced pub food, innovative artisan cocktails, fine wines, and craft beer. Bear and Bottle fuses West Coast freshness and flavor with Wisconsin tavern friendliness. Stop in for lunch, happy hour, dinner, or cocktails with friends, family, or coworkers today. Bear and Bottle is located at 601 North Sherman Avenue, and someone earlier told me they have a good brunch.
They do. Did they?
Yeah.
That's great to know. Maybe I'll go there tomorrow.
A friend of mine, a really smart person, just told me this earlier.
Wow. They sound like they're in the know.
Mm-hmm.
So that timeout is going to tick down here. Both teams after those timeouts have, looks like, have at least 2 timeouts plus their official reviews for this half. So they do have quite a few clock stoppages, and whistles are being blown. We will see. Oh, that is going to be an official timeout. So this team timeout, it's like, I'm not quite sure if it has morphed into a official timeout or if the officials are just trying to suss out a few things on their end.
Well, while they're doing that, we can talk about some of our other sponsors.
Yeah.
Ian's Pizza, for example.
Oh.
Ian's Pizza is a proud sponsor of Madison Roller Derby. Ian's Pizza has 2 downtown locations, 100 State Street next to the Capitol and 319 North Francis near the Kohl Center. Both locations are open late. Ian's Pizza will also be opening a 3rd Madison location this summer at the historic Garver Feed Mill on Madison's east side.
Actually, it's already open.
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
For more information, visit ianspizza.com.
Ian's Pizza, I believe, is our Feed the Dolls sponsor tonight as well. So thank you so much to them for their support and their feeding of us and all of our volunteers and staff. I love me a good carb-on-carb pizza.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Same here.
Put some mac and cheese on it? Yes, thank you.
Yes.
So back on the track, the whistle has blown. The jam is on. Dalek jamming for the Reservoir Dolls, muscling her way up the outside line. Whistles being blown. Not sure who's going to go out for that yet. That's going to be a pivot for the Reservoir Dolls. Jamming for the Vixens is Hawaii KO, still stuck in the pack. Dalek out on the initial. And it looks like the Vixens down blocker on the track as well. Dalek going to try to take advantage of that as much as possible. A 1 to beat Pokey Doll up at the front, picking up 4 points for the Reservoir Dolls.
All right, Dalek looking to the sideline, looking to her bench coach. What should I do? Bench coach says, keep going, do it again.
Yep.
And now they're saying, call it off.
And now they say, and now you can call it off. Really nice defensive work from the pack of the Reservoir Dolls on that last one. Karmasutra. We also had T-Rex, Sassbot, and Honeybeast.
Lining up, we've got the Mad Gabber for the Reservoir Dolls in black.
And that is Shantastic McAwesome in the pink. Gabber moving, both of them kind of moving to the inside, but Shan looking to the out. Mad Gabber with that quick run and hit up the inside line. Lead jam going to the Reservoir Dolls. And Gabby coming in hard and fast and hitting Chowda. Calling it off. So picking up 4 points.
Lake Point Realty This has a new location at 2045 Atwood Avenue, number 105 in Kennedy Place. Please stay tuned to neighborhood and community events taking place at your local Madison Realtor's office, Lake Point Realty.
Radio Smacked with a star for the Vaudeville Vixens in the pink and Nat Splat in the black and white for the Reservoir Dolls. Nat Splat working against Smack and Cheese on that outside line and almost through and is lead jam status for the for the Reservoir Dolls. Radio Smacked about half a lap behind her as Nat Splat enters hard into that pack, splitting that kind of braced wall up front and picking up, let's see, 1, 2, 3 points for the Reservoir Dolls. That brings our...
And we'll be right back.
Thank you so much for joining us. This is season 16 of the Madison Roller Derby Bout 1. I am Allie Gator.
And I'm Assassinate, and we are, like you said, this is game 1. Season 16.
We are getting to near the end of it. So much action happening this tonight, but still so much to come tonight and throughout this season. Our next bout is February 15th if you want to join us in person. But back on the track, we have Damn It Janet jamming for the Reservoir Dolls. And in the back of the pack there, La March Madness already on a scoring pass. La March Madness weaving back and forth and slicing through the defensive blockers of the Reservoir Dolls, picking up 4 points for the Vaudeville Vixens.
And Damn It Janet circling around. We've got March Madness picking up 4 more points. Another 4 points for Damn It Janet.
So Damn It Janet, she's 50 for 50 now. Again,
yeah.
Not bad.
Batting
Still
500.
not bad.
Right.
That 24-point jam, stick that in your pocket forever.
Yeah. Inaugural jam, 24 points.
That Reservoir Dolls pack is really having to do a hard bit of defense against La March to push her to the end, forcing that call off at the end of the jam. Vaudeville Vixens 174, Reservoir Dolls 240. That is a 66-point game. And while that seems like a lot, we have had jams that have been 28 points, 24, 19. So a 66-point spread, while large, in roller derby is not insurmountable. And also is, I mean, you could close that gap pretty fast.
You could close that in 3 jams.
Yep. So, again, we will see how what they do out here. If the Vixens are able to get a little bit more steam and play their cards right, they can come back and close this gap. But the Reservoir Dolls have got the momentum on their side.
That's right, we've got Hawaii KO jamming for the Vixens. We've got Dalek jamming for the Reservoir Dolls. Dalek already through the pack on her first scoring pass, picks up 4 points.
And it looks like Hawaii KO is trying to take herself to the outside and just a little bit too much momentum. And unfortunately, she went down and had to reset. But Dalek also had just a little bit of a toe drag on that inside line when she was making that pass, and she's going to pick up a track cut. So that sends Dalek, the jammer for the Reservoir Dolls, to the Think Again penalty box and makes this a chocolate shop ice cream power jam in favor of the of the Vaudeville Vixens. Hawaii KO working on a scoring pass, but not lead jammer. So unfortunately, it is going to be a 2-minute jam.
And this is going to be a tiring one. 2 spills for Hawaii KO on this jam so far, and each one of those, it feels like a lap.
Yeah, it's nice when you have that momentum and you can keep that up and just kind of keep making laps. The moment you get drug and dropped to a stop from that defense, that is hard to recover from. And yeah, it's hard to work against that defense. Dalek out of the penalty box, back on the track, and making quick work through the pack there. Star pass has been completed on the side of the Vixens to their pivot, Bubba Lush. Now the jammer as Dalek coming back around. After the dust and the points settle, We have Vaudeville Vixens 182, Reservoir Dolls 252. So 70-point game at the moment. Reservoir Dolls putting a little bit more distance in between them and the Vixen scores.
Let's talk about Utter Chaos again. Utter Chaos 2020. We can't keep it Utter Wraps any longer. We're hosting the 3rd annual Utter Chaos featuring our own Dairyland Dolls. Join us April 17th through the 19th at the Hartmeyer Ice Arena. Tickets on sale soon. Follow Madison Roller Derby on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, or find us on the web at madisonrollerderby.org for more info.
Back on the track, Shantastic McAwesome jamming for the Vaudeville Vixens, Mad Gabber for the Reservoir Dolls. Shan working up against the defense of Mickey Barrage, Mechanics, and Future Trauma up front, as well as Antimatter. And after a bit of a struggle, Shantastic McAwesome is through with lead jam status. Took almost that 30 seconds. Shan with a really nice approach, kind of a patient approach with her pack, and really picking out her path through the pack there. Vixen's putting up 4 points.
Vixen's picking up 4 points, but more importantly for them, 0 points for the Reservoir Dolls.
That is a very important part of that story.
Nat Splat lining up on the jammer line for the Reservoir Dolls, and that is
Radio Smackdiv for the Vaudeville Vixens. Nat Splat trying that outside line first, running into Bonnie Riot, and then Pokey Doll. One last hit at the front, and that is going to be Nat Splat through with lead jam status, and Pokey Doll with a out-of-play contact penalty, sending her to the Think Again penalty box.
And it was super effective.
And it looks like a track cut is being sent out on Sassbot to the Reservoir Dolls, to the Think Again penalty box.
Beep, boop, beep.
And Splat being driven to the inside by Carney Wilson, new blocker for the Reservoir Dolls. And a hit to the inside by Smack and Cheese, another one of the rookies for the Vaudeville Vixens. Whistle being blown, not sure who is going to be going to the Think Again penalty box, but whoever it is, they're going to have to think again about their life choices.
Karma Suture looks like.
Wah wah.
Karma Suture once again is transfer from Brew City.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like there has been a star pass on the side of the Vixens to Bonnie Riot, who is now your jammer for the Vixens. No lead jammer, though, so this jam is going to go to its natural 2-minute conclusion.
That's right, and this is an Ian's Pizza star pass.
Ooh, ooh. Bonnie Riot with a hit off of T-Rex on the inside. There are only 2 blockers, though, in the front there to help her. Or excuse me, to go against her. Nice work by Bonnie Riot, working with her offensive blockers through for an additional 4 points. Again, putting up some points. Direction of gameplay being assessed to the pivot. T-Rex for the Reservoir Dolls to the Think Again penalty box. And when all those whistles are blown, the jam comes to an end. Vixen's able to put up 15 points. Res Dolls putting up 12. And again, as we said before, that difference of did the Res Dolls make up points? But really, in this case, it's the how much time were the Res Dolls able to bleed off the clock.
Yeah. At this point, that's what it was. Mm-hmm. Now, if you saw that instant replay, that was Nat Splat doing a really cool apex jump there. No game is complete without our United Derby official 608.
UDO.
Yep. This crew of highly trained officials works with MRD teams to keep gameplay safe and fair. Get in on the action by joining United Derby official 608, either as a skating referee or non-skating official. For more information, email officials at madisonrollerderby.org.
So as we are clicking down here to the end of the bout, as we said, it's about were the Res Dolls able to continue putting points on the board? Were they able to take time off of the clock? The clock is now sitting at 7 seconds left. So it's going to be a 63-point jam or nothing. Just kidding.
It's gonna,
but
it's gonna happen.
But this is probably going to be the last jam of the game. Quick rules for the end of game play. Once the period clock expires, the half will go to the end of the period, which will be when the jam goes to its natural conclusion or until the lead jammer calls it off once the period clock has expired. So FYI. The lead jammer is in control. And that lead jammer is La March Madness for the Vaudeville Vixens. Damn it, Janet jamming for the Reservoir Dolls, still working on her initial pass.
Looks like the Res Dolls are on their feet already on the sideline.
Damn it, Janet still working against hits from Slam Chowda and Bubba Lush up front with the assistance of Cat Scratch Fever and Misconduct. And La March Madness continuing to lap and pick up points, trying to, again, close that spread as much as possible, because while it may not be the deciding factor for this bout, that point spread may come into play later for team standings. La March Madness coming back in, following her blockers, and it looks like putting a big hit on Damn It Janet, but unfortunately her teammates were not able to take advantage of it and try to suck that jammer back into the pack. La March Madness looking back, calling off the jam. Picking up, let's see, any more points on that? A 16-4 jam. That will bring, it's like our not quite final. We'll wait for that official whistle to tell us if it's final.
That's right.
But we do believe the victors have been the Reservoir Dolls.
Yes, and as we talked about earlier, this is going to be a different season for the Reservoir Dolls. They came off of a 0-win season last season. They picked up a lot of rookies. They picked up some trades, so some transfers. So I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the kind of the beautiful things about Derby and kind of these team sports like this is that, you might have an off season, and that there may be seasons that you go, 0-0, and that while that is very rough, you are building that energy and that synergy and that teamwork and that basis for those future seasons. And we're seeing some of that struggle start to pay off here in this next season. So our score is final. We have the Vaudeville Vixens 218 and the victors, the Reservoir Dolls, 268. So congratulations to the Reservoir Dolls in the first win of the 2016 season.
That's right.
No, the 16th season.
16th season.
2020.
2020. In hindsight. All right.
So no one getting super close on penalties. If we just reflect there, we don't need to see anything. But, Ms. Mechanics picking up 5 penalties. She was the one with the most on either team. No one else really in that much penalty trouble. But a great game from both of these two teams. Looking forward to seeing what they bring for the rest of the season. And I think with that, that'll probably do it for us. Thank you so much for joining us for this bout.
Thank you. I've been Assassinate.
And I am Alligator. We will see you next time, and see you later.
Hello, this is Assassinate here, and I'm with Miss Mechanics from the Reservoir Dolls. Now, this game was, the first half was very close. There's 3 lead changes in the first half. It was a 1-point game. When you went into the half, we saw a very different game in the second half. Can you talk about what things you talked about at halftime?
Well, we are actually a notorious second half team, so we come back in the second half. Basically, we went in the locker room, we just brought it together, brought it down, focused on our main goals, stopping the jammer, getting our jammer out. Everybody calmed down. We talked about the good things that we were doing when we focused on that. Cool, calm, and collected is our motto.
Well, and that motto paid off. Another thing I noticed about the first half is you had kind of a 4-jammer rotation, and you started kind of digging into more jammers in the second half. Can you talk about that?
Sure. Actually, a complete turnaround from last year. We have a lot of people that are interested in jamming, which is really fantastic because jamming is hard and it takes a lot of skill and patience. And we just decided that if you want to jam, you can jam. So we are jamming everybody that wants to jam, and it's actually working out really well. And we're actually training our pivots as jammers too, so we have no problems passing the star.
And you mentioned last season, and I watching this game. It's a very different Reservoir Dolls out there. What things have changed?
Well, actually, our strategy has changed. Last year was kind of a difficult year because we didn't have a set strategy right off the bat. We were kind of feeling things out, and then we had a bunch of injuries and sickness. This year, we decided on a strategy, and we're sticking with it. And we have a lot of jammers this year, so that's helping with the strategy too. So we just want to have a lot of consistency. Our bench is consistent. Our bench is calm. So it's just a lot of the little things that we went last year just to see what wasn't going too great, and then we just improved upon that for this year.
Well, excellent work. It was a great game to watch. I'm a fan most of all, so it was an excellent game to watch. This is Miss Mechanics from the Reservoir Dolls. I'm Assassinate. Thank you for watching Madison Roller Derby.
Thank you.